Hey guys, Jennuine Love checking in. Hope y'all are having an awesome Saturday or whenever you get a chance to see this video. I felt inspired and wanted to share because for me, sharing helps me too. Like the messages that I bring forth are typically usually something that I'm experiencing right here, right now, or have recently experienced, and it's healing for me to share. And it's also part of my life's purpose to share and to teach what doesn't work. If you're familiar with human design, I got the 3-5 lines. So there you go. There's that. But the thought that I wanted to just touch on today is when you don't move, the universe will move for you. And what I mean by that is when you are intuitively guided from your inner being, your intuition is asking an action of you, guiding you to an action, and you don't do it, and we're going to talk about some of the reasons why we don't, then when something is in your highest and best interest, when something is a part of your soul's journey, your soul's expansion, the universe will rearrange things for you. And you won't have any control. We like to call those tower moments. And so as humans, one of the main things that we do as humans is we tend to resist change. And not only do we resist it, we try to manipulate and control and orchestrate things so that we don't have to face it. And change is inevitable. It's a part of life. You want change, you want growth, you want expansion. And your soul knows that. God and all of the angels know that. So when there's something that, hey, that you have been divinely inspired to do, and you're not doing it, you're in alignment, your heart and your soul are calling for something that you can't quite get your mind and your actions to line up with, that's when God and the angels and all of the universe orchestrate things on your behalf. And usually that's when we tend to freak out, because again, these look like tower moments. They look like unplanned events. They look like, shit going wrong. However, it's actually about bringing you into alignment. It's helping you, because we don't always want to take the actions that we know we need to take. We don't always want to do it, but we have help. We have help. So if you're like me and you've ever resisted change and went kicking and screaming, feet digging in the sand, then I want to just share and touch on and bring to light a few of the reasons why we might be doing that, okay? So I wrote it down, just glancing my list, don't forget any of them. Okay, so mainly we don't like change because it's unknown, and we tend to fear the unknown, we want the life that we haven't lived, even though we haven't lived it, and we feel like it's going to be amazing. But somewhere in there, we still have the fear of the unknown, which is why we don't want to take the steps to get rid of what has been known. And when we can allow ourselves to say, oh, okay, this is me fearing the unknown. This is why I'm doing this. It's not that we're saying and focusing so much on the why we're doing this or why this is happening, as much as we're bringing awareness to it. Because when you bring awareness to it, you can shift it. If you never know why, you'll never be able to address it, So that's one of the reasons. I wrote in cursive. My cursive writing looks like doctor's writing a little bit. it takes you to the experiences. The experiences that you're asking for sometimes look like the experiences that you've had, falling apart, and when you're being guided to take an action and you're not taking it because you think your life is going to fall apart, because you're not sure how the outcome's going to go, then the universe comes in and rearranges things for you, and it can look like your life falling apart. And that's the irony of it. And when we're in tune with our intuition, that's why I'm always saying that. Be in tune with yourself, be in tune with yourself, because it's an ongoing process, but that's where all your answers lie. Your answers aren't coming, necessarily from this video or that video or this course or that coach, as much as all of those things can and often do confirm what you already know. Hey, Dean, what you already know deep down inside, and it can be scary. It can feel scary to trust and to step out into what your inner being is guiding you to do. And also, there's so much love and fun and surprise and delight on that path. You get to see God, universe, guides, angels show up in ways that, even though you're brilliant, your mind couldn't figure out. And that's the power of tuning in, and that's the power of stepping out. When you get the nudge, when you get the download, when you get the divinely inspired action, then you step out, right? You know what I did? I was starting to read from the wrong list. Okay, so just bullet point list of why we don't want to make changes. Even though we know that they're for our highest good, even though we know that we've been guided to do it, we don't want to do it, usually because fear, too much change, and change involves stress, and ain't nobody got time for that. Uncertainty, we don't know how things are gonna work out. We don't know the how, and we feel uncertain. And humans, we like certainty. We like to be sure. We like, absolutes. And faith, trust, you have to be certain in something more than circumstances. And when you're certain in that, circumstances unfold for your highest good. Even when you got your feet in the sand and you're kicking and you're screaming and you don't want to make the change, all of the angels got your back. They're like, okay, this one, heart of gold, wants everything to be just right, scared, look at her. We're gonna have to come down here and help her. And they do, and they are, and they will, helping all of us. So the other main thing that I feel is pivotal to understand here is that the main reason, usually deep down, all the other stuff is kind of external, but the main reason deep down, usually, I found for myself and a lot of the people that I, share with, is that we're doubting our own intuition. We hear things that we're supposed to do. We feel it. We sense it. We know it. And then we doubt it. And so we don't take the action steps. And for me, this looked like, I remember one time I had this job and I was driving, hey Gabriel, I was driving a school bus, if you can imagine that, me driving a school bus. And I kept hearing that it was time to leave this job. And I was like, oh, that can't be from God, because I don't know where else I would go. I didn't have anything else lined up, I wasn't, doing coaching work and spiritual work then. So I'm like, surely that this is the devil. Like, this can't be God telling me to quit my job when I don't know where else I would go. So I didn't listen. It kept coming back in waves. That's another way you'll know your intuition, because it keeps coming back. It keeps coming back like a wave. It just keeps coming back. And I kept hearing that about leaving the job, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. That just seems absurd. I had 2 girls at home I had to care for. Like, that didn't seem like the most responsible thing to do. So I didn't quit the job. And I ignored it for about 2 or 3 months. And then, what happened? I got into a little fender bender. At Christmas time, it was a lot of traffic. Little fender bender. Nobody was hurt. Car wasn't even damaged. But I'm the one who hit the person. I'm the one that bumped into them. So it affected the points on my license, which anybody that knows about CDL driving, which you have to drive a school bus, if your points on your license go up a certain amount, you can't drive. You can't drive and do that job. So I got fired from the very job that I was like, I'm not going to leave that. I don't know where else I would go. I've been in a relationship where I knew this is toxic. This is not it. This is not it. I need to go. Download after download after download. Red flag after red flag after red flag. And for whatever reason, at that point in my journey, I was just like unwilling. And so then he ended up breaking up with me, and my whole life, just instead of me taking steps that I could have taken, it just went to shambles like that. And also, both of these experiences led me to more of what I had asked for, more of what I had prayed for. They were leading me on a path. I had to close this door to open this one. I had to walk out of this room to get to that room. But I had become so used to the decorations in this room, and I hadn't yet seen the other room. So I was like, well, maybe I should just chill here until like somebody comes and gets me or something. No, the intuition, the inner guidance is someone coming to get you, guiding us. And so I just wanted to share that, because it like really is something that has repeated over and over in my life. And it does. This is what I want you to understand. Well, I want you to understand all of this, but this is key. You are so guided and so looked after and so protected and so seen and so heard and so understood. You have a whole team of guides and angels working on your behalf. And when your intention is to live from your highest love, your highest authenticity, your highest self, your soul's path, and your soul's mission, you cannot fuck it up. You can't. Because even when you don't move, the universe will move for you. Because your heart and your intentions, hey Drake, your divine purpose is all lining up. And I just find so much comfort in that for a few reasons, mainly because like I'm hard-headed sometimes, like hard-headed sometimes, Universe has to keep coming back and tell me, send 5 angel numbers and 10 animal totems and 3 card readings. Like, I'm being funny, but seriously, like sometimes I'm just like, are you sure, God? Are you like, that seems kind of bizarre. But I also see how even when I don't listen or don't follow, don't move, all of the angels orchestrate things on my behalf, and they help. They make moves that I wasn't courageous yet enough to make. And I find such, hey Ryan, I find such comfort in that, knowing that I'm fully supported. And I want you to embrace that as well so that you can find comfort. You are fully supported in your moves that you're courageous enough to make. And even when you feel self-doubt take over and you're not going to make the move, the universe will make it for you. And it's never to punish you. It's never to be like, go sit down in the corner. You're not acting right. Let me get in here and take over. It's not any of that. It's you are helped on your journey. And it's as simple as that. You're guided, you're loved, you're helped, you're protected. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and hopefully it lands for you the way that it has been landing for me, that everything truly is always working out for us. Hey, Mom's calling. Call you right back, Mom. Everything truly is always working out for us. And even tower moments. If you didn't see the other video that I did, when the tower starts to fall, don't try and catch it. Definitely, I'll put a link to that here on the video. Take a look at that, because if you're in a tower moment, if you're in a moment where the universe is rearranging some things for you and you feel all out of sorts, then definitely take a look at that video, because I know that it'll bring you comfort and give you insight as to how none of this is random. None of it is random. Everything is orchestrated with great intention. Great intention. And the intention is for you to live your most authentic life, to be true to who you are, to show up in this world as you, so that we can all benefit, so that we can all be whole. That's what we're being asked to do right now. So anything that isn't allowing us or supporting us in our most authentic, loving expression, it is being removed. Things are going to be rearranged. And you get to trust, and you get to know and celebrate that it is all for your highest and best good, and the highest and best good of all. Okay, guys, I love y'all so much. See you next time. Namaste.